Hello students, I am Dr. G.S. Sodhi. Today I bring you the next learning episode in BSc Forensic Science on an important unit of paper question documents, that is counterfeiting of Indian bank notes. From time immemorial, money has been used as a very important part of our livelihood. From the barter system to the present, everyone wants it, works for it and thinks about it. The value of money has increased constantly and consistently. In present scenario, one is unable to fulfill his daily needs without money. Each and everything is related with money. You are hungry, you need money to eat. You are feeling cold, you need money to buy clothes. You are out with your friends or family, you need money to enjoy. In short, our whole life centers around money. Money today is not just a part or need of our life, but it has become our life itself. Everyone needs money in order to perform his or her day-to-day functions. But just as the size of all the fingers is not same, every person might not have the requisite amount of money which must be needed for his or her daily needs for survival. Thus, in order to fulfill their daily needs, people choose some illegal ways. One of them is counterfeiting currency. Some people try to fulfill their maleficent acts by printing, using and circulating counterfeit currency. The Indian counterfeit currency is the one which is not released by the Reserve Bank of India, nor does it follow the rules and guidance of the Reserve Bank of India. The counterfeit currency will not have those security features which the RBI has embedded in it. Counterfeit currency is also usually associated with terror financing like smuggling, aiding insurgency and left-wing extremism, trade in narcotics, psychotropic substances and other contrabands, human trafficking, etc. Moreover, it makes the domestic currency to lose its credibility in the global market, thereby triggering adverse socio-economic impacts. Hence, in order to forbid oneself from being deceived, it is very important for a civilian to know about his currency and get rid of being a target of counterfeit currency. By introducing fake currency, one is not just cheating the people in the vicinity, but also the country as a whole at a distant level. Whenever the fake currency is being introduced and is circulated over and over, the economy of the country shakes down as the government has to face the loss of that denomination. Thus, all this will lead to decrease in value of the Indian rupee. Dear students, through introduction, I have laid the foundation for this chapter. Now, I will end this introduction and we shall discuss with the help of the following modules and will try to draw the kind attention of the populace on the various security features embedded in the Indian bank notes of different denominations in order to make people aware from being deceived. Dear students, let us see the modules of this lecture. 1. Counterfeiting of currency. 2. History of paper money in India. 3. Types of counterfeiting. 4. Security features in Indian banknotes. 5. Detection of counterfeiting. 6. Legal provisions related to counterfeiting. And 7th, conclusion. Counterfeit currencies are those which are produced and used without a permission of concerned legal authorities. Counterfeiting of currency is as old as the genuine currency is prevalent in the world. There is no such thing as absolute uniformity in genuine notes. Slight differences are bound to exist between two notes of the same denomination due to the variable materials employed like printing plates, paper, ink, and above all relaxation of inspection standards due to heavy demand of the currency notes. The counterfeit currency may affect the economy in several ways, such as firstly, devaluation of currency and inflation. As fake currency is being introduced into the market, the purchasing power of the people will increase and hence the demand for the goods will rise as the demand does not meet the supply. Then people will have to pay more money for the same goods, which in turn leads to the rise in price. This is termed as inflation. On the other hand, people will have to pay more money in order to buy the same commodity. This is termed as currency devaluation. Secondly, black marketing. As goods and services are now not available at the older rates, so rich people try to get those things by black markets. Thirdly, dumping of goods at cheaper rates. Due to the reasons already cited, the black marketeers tend to release their low quality goods in the market. And as these are affordable to the people suffering from inflation, they buy those low quality goods. Fourthly, non-reimbursement by banks. The bank will reimburse only those bank notes which are issued by the Reserve Bank of India and not those which are counterfeit. Fifthly, loss of public confidence. People tend to lose their faith in country's economy and the money they hold. They start to trade in some other reliable currency in order not to get encountered with counterfeited currency. The amount of money spent is always proportional to the amount of money you have. Therefore, the more money the economy has, the greater would be the expense. When there is more money, the demand for goods and services goes up. This causes a general price rise, which we call inflation. Although a little inflation is good to achieve development, high inflation is every central bank's nightmare, and this is exactly what counterfeit money does. It causes inflation. Central banks go to great lengths to balance the money supply in the economy. Even a few hundred crores of counterfeit money can have disastrous consequences. Hence, in order to forbid oneself from being deceived, it is very important for each and every individual to know about his or her currency, so that whenever they come across the counterfeit currency, they can easily classify it as fake or real. This chapter will make the readers aware about the salient features present in Indian currency, which is not disclosed normally to the common man. Dear students, I hope now you are aware of the fact that why counterfeiting is done or why people print fake currency notes. In India, the paper money was introduced in 1770 by the Bank of Hindustan, Calcutta, while in the Bank of England introduced currency notes in 1862. In India, printing of currency notes was first started by Government Security Press, Nasik, which was established in 1928. In 1934, Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, took control over it. Presently, there are 4 units related to the manufacturing of Indian currency notes, which are Indian Security Press at Nasik, Banknote Press at Devas, New Banknote Press at Mysore, New Banknote Press at Salboni in West Bengal. The security paper for the manufacturing of banknotes is manufactured by Security Paper Mill, Hoshangabad in Madhya Pradesh. The currency note press, Nasik, prints banknotes by wet offset process, while the banknote press, Devas, prints the same by a sophisticated process known as Intaglio Printing process. The basic difference between the two processes is that the former is planographic process, which leaves no indentations of printing on the paper, whereas in the latter it also leaves no indentations on the paper, but the inked areas are in respite and can be felt by hand or seen under the microscope. Before proceeding further, it is imperative to know the difference between a bank note and a currency note. Bank notes are those which were issued by the Governor of Reserve Bank of India, for example, rupees 10, rupees 20, rupees 50, rupees 100, rupees 500 and rupees 2000, while currency notes are those notes that are issued by the Secretary of Finance, for example, rupee 1 and rupee 2. The Reserve Bank of India has the sole authority to issue bank notes in India. Reserve Bank, like other central banks over the world, changes the design of banknotes from time to time in order to prevent them from regular counterfeiting. The Reserve Bank of India has introduced banknotes in the Mahatma Gandhi Series since 1996 and has so far issued notes in the denominations of rupees 5, rupees 10, rupees 20, rupees 50, rupees 100, rupees 500 and rupees 1000. So, to curb this widespread menace of counterfeiting of banknotes, Government of India and Reserve Bank of India has banned old rupees 500 and rupees 1000 notes and issued redesigning of banknotes of rupees 500 denomination and newly introduced rupees 2000 denomination. With the announcement made on 8th November 2016 by Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi on banning the circulation of rupees 500 and rupees 1000 denomination as one of his steps in order to bring good days, or in Hindi what we call Achhe Din, and to take down on the ongoing malpractices of black money generation in the country. Apart from this, the purpose was also to check fake currencies and corruption. Although the story of demonetization is not new in India, if we look back in time, we would see two similar instances from the past in the year 1946 and 1978. Counterfeiting of currencies is generally done by following known methods. Process made forgery. By photographing a genuine note through color filters, the forger finds it difficult to isolate the colors of multicolor rainbow, which on account of blending and mixing makes difficult to record some portions of the designs on the photographic film. The negative produced are not perfect, giving rise to crude blocks which produce smudgy impressions. This is widely used method. Hand engraved blocks. In this method, forgers manufacture blocks by tracing the design of genuine notes. They, however, are not able to produce the intricate patterns used for printing the rainbow tints. They imitate the patterns by introducing crisscross lines just to create illusion. The design reproduction is very crude with uneven and broken lines. Photographic process. In this process, a counterfeit note is prepared on a paper which is photosensitive. This sensitized piece of paper is exposed in contact with negative carrying impressions of obverse and reverse of genuine note obtained by photographing a genuine note. On exposure to light, photographic impressions are obtained on paper and finally they are toned or chemically colored in different shades. Lithographic process. The same counterfeiters trace a genuine note on lithographic stone. The delicate patterns of tints, fine lines, etc. are however difficult to be reproduced by lithographic method. Drawing the figures by hand using water or oil colors reproduces the numbering. Hand-drawn forgery. Attempts have also been made to forge some notes by drawing the designs of notes directly on piece of paper by hand. An outline of a note is traced by hand with a fine brush using various watercolors to match with the colors of the genuine notes. Types of security features. Overt features. They are also known as public recognition features. These features are recognizable and can be speedily and effortlessly verified in a short time with no need of any equipment. Semi-covert and covert features. These features are those which cannot be obvious to the public, but which are known to verifier and can be easily authenticated. Forensic features. About these features only the manufacturers know and which require the use of special instruments to actualize these forensic features. Let us first understand what the word security features mean in distinct and then as a whole. Security means the state of being free from danger or threat, whereas features mean a distinctive attribute or aspect of something. Hence, the word as whole points to some of these features embedded in the document or in the website, etc., which protects that thing from being forged or from hacking. Security features are added by the concerned authority to whom that particular task has been given, or if someone has a patent over it. It is added in more or less each and every document issued by any authoritative agency, like in currency, passports, checks, Aadhaar card, etc. Coming back to the topic, the security features are also included in Indian currency in order to make it free from counterfeiting. Security features can be of different types, say for example, luminary technology, instant valid, security mark, security rub, anti-copying rub coin, metal strip security, microletting, line secure marks, etc. The front side is where the denomination is printed is known as obverse side and the vice versa is known as the reverse side. Security paper. A banknote is made up of 100% pure cotton known as comber. Comber is a residue of cotton from textile mills. This security paper has a crackling sound due to the presence of titanium dioxide. It is non-fluorescent under UV light and has a folding strength of 6 to 7,000 folds. Watermark. These watermarks are created using dandy rolls during the paper manufacturing process. Commonly, an Indian banknote has 4 watermarks, but there is an additional watermark in the note of ₹2000 denomination. These watermarks are electrolytic watermarks. This is present in the portrait of Mahatma Gandhi. This watermark is present as per the amount of the banknote, which can be seen in the left bottom in denomination of ₹10, ₹20, ₹50, ₹100, and it can be seen in the right bottom of redesigned ₹500 and newly introduced ₹2000 banknotes. It is visible in transmitted light. Mahatma Gandhi's portrait. This is the watermark of portrait of Mahatma Gandhi in the window of every banknote. It is a 3-dimensional image and has some shading effect. It does not fluoresce in the ultraviolet light and is seen only in transmitted light. RBI watermark. It is present towards the center of the banknote, or more precisely a little towards left. RBI watermark is present in every banknote vertically across the width. They have equal dimensions and is seen through transmitted light only. Secret denomination. The secret denomination of banknote is mentioned on the right hand corner at the bottom in the denomination of ₹10, ₹20, ₹50, ₹100, and it can be seen in the left hand corner at the top of redesigned ₹500 and newly introduced ₹2000 banknotes, which can be seen only through transmitted light. 2K watermarks. This watermark is found only in the ₹2000 denomination banknote. It is situated at the left hand at the bottom just above the latent image of ₹2000. Security thread. A security thread is considered as a layman's identification feature. That is, it is visible and could be identified by anyone devoid of the knowledge of currency identification. Security thread is yellow fluorescent shifting thread with clear text of microprinting of RBI and Bharat in Hindi in mirror image. Moreover, in redesigned rupees 500 and rupees 2000 banknotes, their denominations are also printed. It has green or blue color spacing. From obverse side, it appears as a windowed or segmented thread, but when observed under the transmitted light, it appears continuous. Latent image. The latent image is situated on the right side of the Mahatma Gandhi's portrait, and in redesigned rupees 500 and newly introduced rupees 2000 banknotes, it is situated just below the secret denomination on the left side corner at the bottom. It contains a latent or concealed image showing the respective denominational value of the currency in numeral. The latent image is visible only when the note is held horizontally at the eye level. Microlettering. This feature appears on the right side of the Mahatma Gandhi's portrait. It consists of printed RBI and the respective denomination of the banknote, and in redesigned rupees 500 and newly introduced rupees 2000 banknotes, this feature appears to the left side of the see-through register and consists of printed India, RBI and the respective denomination of the banknote. However, the numeral denomination printing is absent in rupees 5 and rupees 10 denominations. This feature can be visualized only under magnification. Intaglio printing. The portrait of Mahatma Gandhi and Reserve Bank seal, guarantee and promise clause, the Ashoka pillar emblem on the right, RBI governor's signature are printed in intaglio, that is in raised prints which can be felt by touch. They are produced by the reverse etching process. Generally, this feature is available in rupees 20, rupees 50, rupees 100, rupees 500 and rupees 2000 denomination. Braille mark. On the left side of the notes, some symbols appear in intaglio printing for the visibility impaired persons to identify the denomination. This feature is in different shapes for various denominations. Rupees 20 vertical, rupees 50 square, rupees 100 triangle, rupees 500 circle, rupees 2000 rectangle. In addition to it, in the year 2016, one more Braille mark was introduced, that is bleed lines. Basically, it is for visually impaired persons, so that they can identify the denominations on their own. As of now, in the new denominations of rupees 500 and rupees 2000, there is 5 and 7 bead lines respectively. That is, in denomination of rupees 500, there are 5 bleed lines, and in denomination of rupees 2000, there are 7 bleed lines in order of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, alternate 1 and 2. Fluorescence. The serial number panel of the notes are usually printed in fluorescent ink which glows under the ultraviolet light. Optically variable ink. This is relatively a new security feature incorporated in rupees 500 and rupees 1000 denomination notes with revised colored scheme. The numeral value visible on the obverse side of the note is printed in optically variable ink, namely a color shifting ink. See-through register, that is STR. This feature is situated on the left obverse side and just opposite to that of the reverse side. When seen from either side, it would appear as broken series of illegible fragments, but when observed under the transmitted light, the respective denomination would appear. Earlier, a floral design used to be there, which was replaced by the denomination in the contemporary banknotes. Optical fibres. These are the colored viscid fibers mixed with cotton pulp during the manufacturing process of the paper and can be visible or invisible in daylight, but fluoresces under ultraviolet light. Fluorescence is of green, yellow and blue color, and in case of rupees 2000 denomination it is red. Omron features. Omron features are also known as the anti-copying features. This is present in the banknote to avoid it from getting photocopied. These are small flower-like dots, crisscross lines and other minute printings which are too minute to be captured by the photocopier machine. Inlet or inset signs. The volume of banknotes printed in India is very huge. Due to this, it was necessitated to add the name of the printing press on the banknote which prints it, so that it will become easy to find out in which printing press it was printed. Hence, in order to overcome this, inlet letter hand had been added to the banknote. This inlet is a capital letter written on the number panel present on obverse side. This particular feature is absent in banknotes of rupees 2000 denomination, but present in smaller denominations, for example, in banknotes of rupees 500 as shown. There are 4 different currency presses which print the banknotes for the Reserve Bank of India. Each press has been assigned a set of 4 or 5 alphabets for the identification purposes of that particular press. For inlet, not all the alphabets are used, like I, J, O, X, Y and Z are never used, because the first 3 letters might be confused with the numerals and the later 3 are not used to round the number of prefixes to 20 or multiple of 10 for accounting purposes. Mysore, A, B, C, D, Devas, E, F, G, H, K, Salboni, L, M, N, P, Q, Nasik, R, S, T, U, V. Generally, the paper is not made of camber, but from ordinary paper, which has a fluorescence of blue color on exposure to ultraviolet light. There may be no watermarks or fewer watermarks with visible defects, which is due to lack of tonal similarities. Sometimes counterfeiting is done by pasting 2 sheets of paper together and inserting fictitious security thread. This technique is, however, easily detectable, as the touch of the note will be unreasonably hard. In the counterfeit notes of low quality, the printing is crude or poor. The ultraviolet inspection would show fluorescence of the fluorescent features. Under magnification, the micro printings are not seen, but instead of that, dots and dashes are observed. Laws related to counterfeiting of currency notes and banknotes are discussed in Chapter 18 of the Indian Penal Code 1860. They are Section 489A of IPC, counterfeiting currency notes or banknotes. Whoever counterfeits knowingly performs any part of the process of counterfeiting any currency note or banknote shall be punished with imprisonment of life or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall be liable to fine. Section 489B of IPC. Using a genuine, forged or counterfeit currency notes or banknotes. Whoever sells to or buys or receives from any other person or otherwise traffics in or uses as genuine any forged or counterfeit currency note or banknote, knowing or having reason to believe the same to be forged or counterfeit, shall be punished with 152, that is imprisonment for life, or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine. Section 489C of IPC. Possession of forged or counterfeit currency notes or banknotes. Whoever has in his possession any forged or counterfeit currency note or banknote, knowing or having reason to believe the same to be forged or counterfeit and intending to use the same as genuine or that it may be used as genuine, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years, or with fine, or with both. Section 489D of IPC. Making or possessing instruments or materials for forging or counterfeiting currency notes or banknotes. Whoever makes or performs any part of the process of making or buys or sells or disposes of or has in his possession any machinery, instrument or material for the purpose of being used, or knowing or having reason to believe that it is intended to be used for forging or counterfeiting any currency note or banknote, shall be punished with 152, that is imprisonment for life, or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine. Section 489E of IPC. Making or using documents resembling currency notes or banknotes. Whoever makes or causes to be made or uses for any purpose whatsoever or delivers to any person any document purporting to be or in any way resembling or so nearly resembling as to be calculated to deceive any currency note or banknote shall be punished with fine which may extend to 100 rupees. Counterfeit currencies are those currencies which are produced and used without a permission of concerned legal authority. Counterfeiting of currency is as old as the genuine currency is prevalent in the world. Counterfeit money causes inflation. Central banks go to great lengths to balance the money supply in the economy. To curb this menace, security features are added by the concerned authority. To ensure that counterfeiting may not happen in a routine manner, Reserve Bank of India has incorporated some security features to differentiate a genuine banknote from the counterfeit one. Dear students, with this module of conclusion, our chapter comes to the end. I hope you all have enjoyed this chapter and gained valuable information regarding counterfeiting of Indian banknotes. I am sure you all have understood the central idea behind this module. Do keep in mind what we discussed today. I will be back with one more lecture in this series. If you want to learn more and enhance your knowledge, you may log on to our website www.cec.nic in for MCQ, quizzes, LORs, etc. Make sure you revise the module frequently so that you master up the topic well and take up exercises. Thank you for your time today. I will see you in the next lecture. Keep learning, work hard and do revise the chapter. Goodbye.